the moon has always been an essential part of life on Earth, influencing our tides, stabilizing our planet's axial tilt, and even shaping human culture and mythology. Its presence in our night sky has served as a celestial guide, inspiring myths, scientific discoveries, and artistic creations for millennia. But what if one day, in an unimaginable cosmic event, the moon exploded? The consequences would be catastrophic, unleashing chaos on a planetary scale and altering the very fabric of life as we know it, leaving Earth in a state of upheaval that no living being has ever witnessed before. To begin with, the sheer power needed to cause such an explosion is almost incomprehensible. The largest nuclear bomb ever detonated, the Tsar Bomba, released energy equivalent to 57 million tons of TNT, yet, to completely destroy the moon, one would need the power of over 600 billion Tsar Bombas. Anything less would merely crack the lunar surface, and its own gravity would pull it back together. The moon's strong gravitational binding energy ensures that even significant damage would not necessarily result in complete destruction, making such an event an extraordinary cosmic anomaly. However, if a mysterious force, an astronomical collision, or even a theoretical alien weapon managed to shatter the moon into countless fragments, the aftermath would be devastating beyond measure. The immediate result would be an explosion of unprecedented magnitude, sending shockwaves rippling across space. Giant chunks of the moon, now transformed into deadly projectiles, would scatter across the solar system at varying speeds and trajectories. Some of these lunar remnants would drift endlessly into the void, but many would be drawn toward Earth due to the planet's immense gravitational pull. The energy of these falling lunar fragments would depend on their size and speed, but their sheer volume would guarantee that many parts of the Earth would be affected. The sky would be illuminated with thousands of glowing streaks as smaller debris burned up upon entry, creating dazzling yet ominous meteor showers. However, larger fragments would make it through, striking Earth's surface with immense force, carving out new craters, and unleashing waves of destruction comparable to multiple nuclear explosions occurring across different continents. As the moon disintegrates, its fragments would scatter throughout the solar system. Some of these massive chunks would drift into the abyss of space, never to be seen again, while others would be drawn toward Earth due to its gravitational pull. The impact of these lunar remnants entering Earth's atmosphere would vary. Smaller debris would burn up upon entry, creating a spectacular meteor shower. Larger fragments, though, would reach the surface, impacting various regions with devastating force. While not as destructive as an asteroid of the same size due to their slower speed, these impacts could still wreak havoc. Beyond the initial chaos, Earth would face even more severe long-term effects. The continuous bombardment of moon debris would generate immense heat, gradually increasing global temperatures. This relentless heating could eventually render the planet uninhabitable, incinerating life as we know it. If humanity hoped to escape Earth before this catastrophe fully unfolded, they would face another challenge: space travel would become nearly impossible. The debris, combined with the destruction of satellites, would form a dense orbital minefield, blocking any attempt to leave the planet safely. Even if some managed to escape or find shelter deep within Earth, survival would be a grim struggle. One of the most critical roles the moon plays is stabilizing Earth's axial tilt, which is responsible for our seasonal changes. Without the moon's gravitational influence, Earth's tilt could fluctuate chaotically. Some regions would be perpetually exposed to the sun, leading to extreme heat, while others would be plunged into endless cold. In the worst scenarios, polar ice caps could rapidly melt, causing devastating rises in sea levels, flooding coastal cities, and displacing millions of people. As the dust settled, the night sky would transform dramatically. Instead of a glowing full moon, a vast ring system could emerge around Earth, much like Saturn's, stretching across the heavens in a hauntingly beautiful display. This celestial phenomenon, however, would be more than just a breathtaking sight. It would stand as a constant reminder of the violent catastrophe that forever altered our world. Unlike Saturn's stable rings, Earth's newfound ring system would be in constant flux. Over time, gravitational forces and atmospheric drag would cause the orbits of these debris particles to decay. Occasionally, chunks of varying sizes would spiral downward, entering the atmosphere as fiery meteors. While some would burn up before reaching the surface, others large and fast enough would survive the descent, impacting different regions of the planet. These sporadic collisions could ignite fires, trigger local disasters, and send shockwaves across the land, adding a lingering sense of unease to an already fragile world. Furthermore, these celestial remnants would reflect sunlight differently than the moon once did, altering the brightness of the night sky. Nights might become dimmer in some regions and eerily illuminated in others, affecting nocturnal wildlife and human activities alike. The psychological impact of losing the moon, an object that has guided humanity for millennia, could be profound, as generations to come would grow up under a fragmented and unpredictable sky, forever living in the aftermath of a shattered celestial guardian. Moreover, without the moon's gravitational pull, Earth's rotation would gradually speed up. Our 24-hour days would become noticeably shorter, disrupting the natural rhythms of life that have existed for millennia. A faster rotation would generate stronger and more unpredictable winds, dramatically reshaping global weather patterns. Powerful storms would become more frequent and severe, wreaking havoc on ecosystems and human settlements alike. Many species, particularly birds and insects that rely on stable wind currents for migration and survival, would face immense challenges. Some might adapt over time, but many would struggle, leading to a decline in biodiversity and potentially even mass extinctions. The tides, driven primarily by the moon's gravitational influence, would weaken significantly, causing profound disruptions to marine ecosystems. Tidal forces play a crucial role in maintaining coastal habitats, regulating ocean currents, and supporting marine life. Without them, many ocean creatures that rely on the tides for breeding, feeding, and migration would face extinction. Fish populations would dwindle, seabirds that depend on intertidal zones for food would starve, and entire coastal ecosystems could collapse. This would set off a devastating chain reaction, affecting not just marine life but also human populations that depend on these resources for sustenance and economic stability. Furthermore, with the loss of the moon's stabilizing effect, Earth's axial tilt could become erratic over time, leading to unpredictable seasonal shifts. Some regions might experience prolonged winters, while others might endure extreme heat waves, further stressing both natural and human-made systems. The explosion of the moon would not just be a singular catastrophic event but an ongoing planetary crisis, fundamentally altering life on Earth for generations to come. Ultimately, the explosion of the moon would turn Earth into an unpredictable, inhospitable world. With shorter days, extreme weather, collapsing ecosystems, and the loss of our celestial companion that has guided humans for millennia, life would never be the same. Knowing this, one can't help but wonder what if, instead of losing the moon, we gained a second one. That, however, is a story for another time.